Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Saint Kai podcast. You can see right now we in a different scenario. I'm in my car, so there's a lot of things I've been thinking about lately about society, human nature, and just life in general. About the purpose of the human being of being here. What's the reason for us to be here? I'm not questioning God, no, nothing like that, because God gave us dominion over everything as a man, but he created the man first, then the woman, that the woman's supposed to be the helper. But if you look at ancient history, like most men back in those days, in the ancient time, going back a little bit in history, men have more purpose than the generation of today. They used to be soldiers. They build castles. They build kingdoms. They build warriors, fighters, mental strength. They got all this knowledge back in the day that today's society don't have. Structure, morals, respect, discipline. And today's society, we don't have that. We don't have structure, morals, discipline, guidance, mentors. Even though there's a lot of mentors out there that are willing to help you, but ain't much helpers out there to help the youth, help the next generation to strive different things. My black community needs. I'm talking about the youth here. Cause there's a lot of youth that grow up in the neighborhoods and stuff like that think like in 2026 that we should be still being gangbanging, being the streets and doing all this nonsense, selling drugs, killing each other, and all that nonsense. And I'm not American. I'm not American. I was born in Puerto Rico. Yes, I grew up in a gangbanging area. I grew up in the hood. And I came from two immigrant parents, and my immigrant parents don't tolerate you being a bum. They don't tolerate that shit. Especially they work hard to come into this country as an immigrant with limited resources. You know what I mean? And they don't tolerate us being a bum. And I get that from my dad. I get that from my mother, and such on and such on. Man, what I'm trying to say is, man, we could do a lot more better as a whole, as human beings. I'm not being racial right here, black and white and all that stuff. Even though there's a lot of still a racial stuff out there. I'm not going to get into that detail because I don't want to deal with that. Even though we deal with that day-to-day basis as a black man myself, as a Afro-Latino myself. But man, it's crazy out here, man. It's very crazy because there's so much we could do as a whole, as people. Help one another. Help one another. Share one another. Like how to build up a community better and stuff like that. I want to jump back a little bit to the youth that growing up in the hoods and all that. This and like I said, in 2026, like they still think that that's the goal to reach. Like to be successful, I gotta be gangbanging. I gotta be the hood nigga. I gotta be making this money, this hustle money in the street and all this to make things. And in year 2026, There's money on the internet. So what am I trying to say? What do I try to say about this? It's like the gangbang it's not irrelevant right now. It's no use. It's no use. If it was back in the 80s, the 80s, 70s, the 80s and 90s, then I could say it's still bad. But if that's what you want to do, that's the route you want to do to hustle your money. I think the money is much more easy to get there back then as a hustler. If that's what you want to do, then that's your life's choices. Okay, every life choice comes with the consequences. You know what I mean? Because I think the hustle, the gangbang hustle back in the day, they used to make way more money than today bang hustle, if I try to say. But I'm not saying that go to that route and live that type of lifestyle. Cause that type of lifestyle only comes with two things: you're gonna end up in debt, you're gonna end up in jail, or debt. And today the internet is so advanced. It's so advanced nowadays. Like, it's way much easier to make money. So I'm speaking to the youth right now, like all the youth that growing up in this new generation, that you got resources that the year of my generation didn't have. My generation, you had to have a good education to get a corporate job. You got to go to the library. We didn't have Google back in the day. We had to go to a dictionary, get a dictionary from the library and find certain words and explain the definition of those words. While this generation got Google, you don't need a dictionary. You got Google, you just go into Google and search up whatever definition you want to look for. My generation, when they had Netflix and all this streaming service and all that, we had to go to Blockbuster. A lot of this new generation don't know about Blockbuster, but my old generation that know about Blockbuster, they could tell you. To watch movies, we gotta use cassettes. You put in a VHR cassette and watch the movie. And there's a button like you gotta rewind the tape to watch the movie again. This new generation don't need all this stuff. What I'm going here is like, I'm saying that, like I said, then this new generation got a lot more resources than my generation. That in my generation would have these resources they got right now in this generation. In my generation, I think my generation would have been way more advanced than this new generation. I don't think people would have been gangbanging if they would have said, I could make money in the internet just by holding a camera and finding a niche and talk about what I need to talk about, or use a skill. I could be a musician. I could just sing to a camera, be in the studio, sing to a camera, and load up my music to the stream and see how people gonna react to my music. Or if I am an educational dude, I could just talk about educational and just put it in the internet and see how people gonna react to it. Or I could stream a video game. They got streamers in video games like Twitch that people post their video games and making money just by playing video games. I don't think my generation will be gangbanging though. I don't think a lot of people will not go to that route. But this generation is so backwards that people they're not taking the full advantage of the resources they have, that they still think that to me to go hard, I gotta be a gangbanger. Why? If I've got all these resources that my dad or my parents didn't have, that I could make money in the internet, why I now don't take advantage of it? Why not? I don't have a leap of faith and put God in my dreams. Let God lead my dreams, take control of my dreams, put everything in God's hands, and tell God, God, lead me the right way so I could be successful what I'm trying to do right now. Just lead me. Just lead me. Guide me. Lead me. I'll do my part. It's just taking action. Because I'm here thinking about like, man, like, I too didn't take full advantage of these opportunities either. Because I was working so many jobs. And I see the internet advancing in my eyes. I had never taken full advantage of it. Because the moment that the internet will start to rise, I should have paid more attention. Like the areas that the internet was going. Not like pay attention to work to 9 to 5 and all that, because that's the way to succeed. You're not gonna succeed working a 9 to job. I'm not saying don't work for a 9 to job. You need a 9 to job to know how to work, how to make your money, how to save your money, how to manage your money, not spend your money, but to manage your money, how to earn your money, so you can understand how money works. The Bible said the money is the root of all evils. If you value money than anything else, you fail. You fail. If you're trying to do a quick schemes with your money, you fail. If you trying to scam people, steal people from their money, you fail. Because the people that get the money last get the most money. Let me repeat that. The people that get the money last get the most money. And this is a video. I don't think I would edit this video. I don't need to edit this video. I'm just gonna upload it like this and let YouTube do its thing and all that. And I'm speaking about authentic here, about a lot of things that, because the internet is gonna take over the world, man. I was just thinking like a couple hours ago about all these jobs and stuff. Like, I still want to work a 9 to 5, don't get me wrong, because I got to, like I said in my previous video, I got a kid and I need to provide for my kid. I need to provide for my family. I don't mind go back to work to a 9 to 5. But I'm saying is, I don't think 9 to 5 is going to be a thing for the next 10, 15, 20 years from now on. Just the way the internet is advancing with a lot of stuff. A lot of employees going to get delayed. They're going to start creating all this robot stuff to do the human work and not get tired out, burned out like we get burned out and all that. The robots are never going to get burned out. The only thing they're going to do is just recharge the one that been using and bring back them, replace the one that need charged, the one that fully charged, and continue to work. That's the era that we're heading right now. I used to work for the USPS, man. And I'm thinking about, like, the mail volume of the USPS is decreasing. People barely using mail volume, like mails to send out, shipping the mails to whatever state they need to go, whatever country they need to go. Like, how's that going to last, guy? We got emails right now. Like, you could send your messages through email. So what's the point of me sending a mail to the USPS or my whatever client or customer or a family member just could get this mail, and I could send that to an email while everything's going digital? License, your driver's license now gonna go. I think Apple's gonna make an app like you could put your driver's license in the app, in the cell phone. So you don't need to walk your driver's ID no more. You could just take a picture of it, put your phone, and next thing you know, you could just, if anybody asks for your ID or cop stop you because you violated violation on the road or whatever, you went over the speed limit or whatever the case may be. Actually, you just put up your phone, boom, here's my ID right here. You don't need to go to your wallet, show your ID. The world is changing. The world is changing, man. And right now, I trying to take full advantage of this YouTube stuff because I want to enjoy the journey. I want to enjoy the journey. I want to see what this thing could take me. I want to see where this YouTube thing to take me. I really want to take it this serious this time. Because I think I got a story and a lot of experience in life that I could share to the people in the world and see who could relate and who people I could relate and help out with their own journeys and with their own situations and stuff like that. Because I did it all, man. I did it all. I did it all, man. And yeah. Sometimes we just got to take a step back and reflect like how the world is working and trying to help out the people out there as much as possible because, man, it's a lot of things is changing right now. The same thing with the taxi. Like now the taxi, people back in the day, they used to wave their hand for a taxi and you tell the taxi your address, and then when you reach the address, you pay it to the machine, right? Now you got Uber. Now you just go to an app and tell the Uber what address you're heading, and the Uber has already known where you live. He already know where you at. So he just gotta get there, go to your apartment, your house. He will let you know that when he's there. The only thing you gotta do is come out the house and just hop in the car, and Uber already know where you going. It's like a taxi. You gotta tell them where you going. I'm telling you, man, like we as society, old generation, new generation, like we gotta take a full advantage, like how things is going right now, because there's different ways to make money. I'm not saying that value your money. Money is just a tool to give you the lifestyle that you want to live. Let me repeat that. The money is just a tool to give you the lifestyle that you want to live. That's what the Bible said, that money is the root of all evils. Because if you value money than anything else, you're going to fail in life. You're going to fail in life. You're going to fail in life because you're going to rob people, and you're going to borrow money from people, not pay back, and all scammers and all the dumb stuff that people do with money, man. That's why I don't borrow people no money. I never look at money as this is my God. This is my God. This will gonna bail me out all my situation. Cause money don't help out, don't bail you out all the situation. Money do put you in the situation you need to be in, but it doesn't help out all your situation, man. But yeah, man, it's like there's a lot of things we could work on, guys. There's ways that as human as a whole, that we could do better. We could do better. Because right now, how everything is going, I don't think some of the stuff that we used to do 10, 15 years ago it's not going to last for the next 15, 20 years from now on. It's not. It's not. It's not. You don't need a college degree, like to be an engineer, software engineer, and all that. the way how the internet got all these resources that we could use and use it to build a brand or make a YouTube channel or whatever the case may be, what you want to do. Like there's different ways to be successful. There's other ways you could feel your purpose, your God-given purpose. This is another way that you could use your talents and show it to the world, instead of, go to school for this and that, go to college and just get an education, get a degree, and next thing you know, you get a degree, you go to all this top corporate jobs, and then they're not gonna hire you. So what's the point of me doing all this work and you're not gonna hire me? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But what I could do is show my talents to the world, and show my talents to the world and see how people support my stuff. To see what kind of community I could build, and see how people out there supporting me and stuff. It's all about the community, man. It's all about building a community with people, and we go from there. But that's all I got for you guys. Peace.